So, after a considerable hiatus, I guess it's been over a month since our last show. Everything appears to be working. Hopefully, if there's audio issues or anything, let me know. Right now, there's really no NFL news, or there's a very little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing we did, I think, last time because it was fun. We're gonna break down the show into a little bit of NFL news, a little bit of pop culture stuff, because we've watched new shows, we've watched new movies. So we're gonna give you a quick thoughts on that. I have a moral dilemma about a movie that's coming out, and so I'm gonna break that down. And Eric watched some of the animes on the list of best anime of 2025, so we're gonna get his thoughts on that. So let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW Super Dario World. You know, I kind of gotta tell you something. I totally and 100% forgot that I was supposed to do an intro. I usually have to think about something, and I forgot. Can you even hear me? I'm concerned. You're not reacting to anything. Can you? All right. You can.
I can hear you.
All right. Thank God. I was like, did I fuck that? I don't know. You weren't reacting to anything. Usually you're looking at the camera or something.
Well, you know, it's a funny thing. I always pretend that I'm hearing the intro music because I can't actually hear it. But I know it's playing, so I'm like doing like this.
Hey, it's a good jam. It's a good jam. But
I think I know. I think I remember. It's a Pokemon one.
Yeah, it is. Don't say it out loud, and they'll copyright me, and they'll be like, you can't use that anymore. So hopefully they don't do that. By the way, you still haven't gone to the dentist? Jesus Christ, man.
No.
It looks funny.
Yeah, I know.
This might be one of the only times you get to see Eric like that. But before we get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. We are hopefully going to get back to a regular streaming schedule. Actually, I kind of have a plan for this NFL season. I'm going to do something a little bit differently. But like I said before, so this is going to be the NFL segment. Then we're going to move into the pop culture segment, which will include shows, movies, video games, and then we'll move into the anime section because it's Otaku Tuesday. So I'm going to try something a little bit different via popular request. Obviously, you know, the fans, the humanity has been asking it. I'm going to try doing more NFL stuff, but I'm going to do it in Spanish. So, you know, it's the easiest content in the world to make, like a reaction to this game or predictions for that game or power rankings and stuff like that. But, you know, everybody does that in English. So they've been asking me to do it in Spanish and follow the memes. So I'm going to try doing it. So it's probably going to be a few more shows a week. They won't be live, definitely, but I'll still keep doing the live show with Eric. And I'll keep doing the other thing until I don't like it. And also, we will continue the NFL League that we did last time. I think the website thing was very successful. I won last year, and so since I won, I didn't take anybody's money, but I'll do the same thing again. I'll put in $100. Whoever wins, they get everything. You can enter the league for free, and if you want to bet something, you can bet something. It's an honor system. It's not like I'm gonna chase you down and you know, like pull a gun on you so you pay. But it's an honor system.
I think it was rigged.
You were rigged. Shut the hell up. But anyway. I think that's gonna be the new thing going forward. NFL related. What the hell are you doing, man? You keep moving around.
I know what the fucking problem is. My internet's all fucked up, and it's because the freaking cat moved my freaking antenna.
Is it the
to
new
the back
cat?
of my computer?
Is it the new cat or the old cat?
Of course, it's a new cat.
Classic new cats, man. That's why you shouldn't have cats. It's a problem. They want to ruin your career. They want you to suffer with them.
He is a cute little fucker, though.
But hey, I'll give you this. You look way better now. You look way better. It's brighter.
Thank you.
Now,
and we actually realized our cat looks identical to that cat from that meme, where it's that blonde lady who's crying yelling? And she's pointing like, ah! And the cat's like,
the cat's like, I don't give a fuck.
Look at it. Look at it.
Yep, I can see that. What's his name again? For the fans,
his name is Bobby.
All right, there you go, Ricky Bobby. All right, so
and yes, I do say a lot of "God dang it, Bobby."
Speaking of, have you seen any images of the upcoming King of the Hill show? We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that later. Because that's not. What's up?
I am curious about that show. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course.
And I'm not a big one with reboots.
Me neither. But King of the Hill was solid pretty much from beginning to end. But anyway,
we'll get to it after the football.
Yeah.
Let me get my fucking antenna back.
All right. There you go. In the meantime, I will remind everybody: do not buy the Toyota BC4X, and definitely do not go to Masi Toyota Pacific Beach unless you feel like dealing with criminals or dishonorable, wretched scum of humanity who will scam you, who will look you in the eye, shake your hand, tell you one thing, and then say, F you, man. Well, actually, no, they don't look you in the eye and say that. They will just when you turn around, they'll stab you in the back. So, don't do business with those type of people. I don't recommend it. So, there you go. Eric, thank you for giving me the opportunity to remind people to stay away from those fuckers. Anyway.
Also, for legal purposes, the criminal thing was hyperbole.
I didn't say that it was the people inside the dealership who worked there. They could just be a criminal hangout, you know? Like
they're a fucking mafia.
There you go. Like a hive of scum and villainy. There you go. So yeah, I chose my wording. Reddit. Yeah. I chose my wording quite carefully. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into some NFL. Oh, well, there you go. That's the wrong one. There you go. Some NFL stuff. There you go. That's a little bit bigger. So the biggest news of the before we get into the big news, let me just give everybody a reminder of what the big important date is, and that's the Hall of Fame game between the Lions and the Chargers. The NFL officially being back July 31st at 8 p.m. I'm assuming that's 8 p.m. Eastern time, because otherwise, if it's 8 p.m. here, it's really late over there. So I'm assuming it's Eastern time. So there you go. Chargers playing the Lions. So I think
the heck is the Hall of Fame game?
It's the first game of the season, the first preseason game. That's what it's called.
Oh.
Yeah. And so
since when?
Since I don't know, since as far back as I can remember, I think, or since I was paying attention, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, the first game of the season. Nobody who matters really plays. It's a bunch of, like kids trying to make the team. But
it's funny because I feel like when I was younger, starters would sometimes go in the preseason, didn't they?
Yeah, but I mean, I think some teams started removing that trend. I think it was the Rams, the Sean McVay Rams. They were like, yeah, I'm not starting my starters. Losing a star player in the preseason in a game that doesn't even matter. Screw that. Some teams still do it.
The seasons have gotten so long.
Yeah, and it used to be 4 games for preseason. Now it's 3, but 2 teams do still have an extra preseason game. So the Chargers have the advantage of an extra preseason game, or detriment. I don't know if you want to how you want to look at it. And 2, they start their training camp early, so it's it's an advantage to the Chargers and to the Lions. I guess the Lions really need it because they lost both of their the heads of offense and defense, so they really need to start meshing well. So see if they can start meshing well. But anyway, point is, football's back. And another important date, I believe next week, the Chargers will reveal their new uniforms. Well, not new uniforms, like new alternate uniforms. I think it's going to be 2. So everybody's speculating. Everybody's excited. Everybody's looking forward to it. I just hope it's navy blue. I like navy blue or a gray.
Got the best freaking...
What? What's going on?
I always thought we had the best drip, personally.
I've said it. The 3 best uniforms in the league are the Chargers, the navy blue ones. Oh, I'm not wearing the Chargers. Anyway, the navy blue ones with the
Bengals white.
The Bengals white, and the Lions, the black midnight one. That's really cool. So those 3 are probably the coolest. Yeah. So if the Chargers get a new alternate that looks kind of similar to the LT days, I wouldn't hate it. Even if it's a white jersey and blue pants, I hope they don't wear the stupid yellow pants anymore. I hate the yellow pants. I want them gone. I'd rather them use white pants or whatever, or all blue or all powder blue. I don't care. But anyway,
enough of the piss pants.
Yeah, that's the big important date for NFL fans. Now, the big news that we missed and we didn't actually cover, or that happened in the last month, is that Aaron Rodgers has officially signed and shown up to the Steelers organization. So he's officially going to be the quarterback for the 2025 season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
1-year deal, right?
1-year deal. I think it's like 20 million or something. So he's not getting paid anything. I think Daniel Jones is getting paid more from the Colts. So, which is crazy. But it seems like this is a all-in year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is bizarre. I mean, good for them. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I'm not sure how you feel right now. Because a part of you is like, hey, I want you guys to do something. And at the same time, it's like, whoa, I'm not sure about that. Because you're going all in on a bunch of really old dudes. Because they also traded with the Dolphins to get Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. All of these dudes are over 30. Aaron Rodgers is the oldest QB in the league. So they're getting a bunch of older players now. Savvy head coach, savvy veterans. They have an overall good roster. So we'll see what they can do with it. But like I said, if I'm a Steelers fan, I don't know how I feel. Because usually your team is the most boring team in the NFL. Now they're doing stuff. But I don't know how they feel about their team doing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I guess they were kind of entertaining when they had Roethlisberger, right?
Yeah, because they did stuff. I mean, the bus was actually fun to watch. You know, it's like, who the hell can bring that big ass refrigerator down? So we'll see. You know, I wish them the best. So actually, no, I don't. Screw them. I want them to lose. But whatever.
I got a morbid curiosity because
listen,
Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, right?
Yes. Aaron Rodgers can't say the same thing.
Imagine if his first losing season is with Aaron Rodgers' last year.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, their division's supposed to be difficult. Supposed to be. The AFC in general is supposed to be tougher than the NFC. So it's not an easy road, but they're doing something. The other side of
they got the glass. They got to play against the glassiest of glass cannons with the fucking Bengals.
Yeah, but I mean that means that they need to score. So that it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. And again, they lost Najee Harris, so that they lost the running back. They let George Pickens walk. Well, I mean they traded him to the Cowboys, which was another trade they did. So it's like, what are you? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you know what you're doing, but you know, at least it'll be interesting to watch, hopefully for a week. Hopefully. But we'll see.
Probably get Alan Lazard.
I don't even know if he's in a team right now. Oh no. It looks like we're losing connection. Is your internet okay? Are you getting me okay?
I'm getting you fine, but my internet has been shitty.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking right now at the stream and it seems like it's having an issue. I don't know. Both streams are actually having an issue. Well, whatever. My internet looks good. Okay, we're back. All right, cool. Let's continue. So on the other side of this trade, the Dolphins get Micah Fitzpatrick, the safety. So, I mean, they let go of Jalen Ramsey and that big ass contract, and they get Micah Fitzpatrick. I guess that's a wash. Losing Jonnu Smith is weird because Jonnu Smith actually had a pretty good season with them, with the Dolphins, and they got Darren Waller to unretire, and since he was under contract still since the Giants still had his rights, the Giants traded him for Miami. So they trade away Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, and they get Minkah Fitzpatrick and Darren Waller, but from the Giants. So listen, I don't like the Jonnu Smith thing. I remember last year I had for fantasy football, I had 3 really good tight ends. So I had Brock Bowers, I had Njoku, and
Mark Andrews?
No, Njoku from the Browns.
You didn't have Mark Andrews?
No. So I had Njoku, I had Brock Bowers. I always start Brock Bowers, and my third my third tight end was Jonnu Smith, because I saw the first few games with when Tua was playing, and I was like, those two have chemistry, so I liked them and I picked them up. Anyway, at one point in the season, I needed a wide receiver, and I was like, all right, who needs a tight end? And my dad needed a tight end, so I did the trade, and I traded away Jonnu Smith. But the reason why he accepted the trade is because Jonnu Smith always made points. Now, he didn't make as much points as Njoku and Brock Bowers, so I traded him away. But he was always consistently making points. And I think Jonnu Smith actually won him a couple of games because he got a couple touchdowns. So the dude had chemistry with Tua. That thing was working. It was clear. So the Dolphins trading him away and getting Darren Waller instead is kind of bizarre, to say the least, because this man was retired a full season out of the NFL. Coming back is not the easiest thing in the world, and I'm assuming the McDaniel system is also somewhat complex. So, well, we'll see how it goes. You know what? The Dolphins are an interesting team. The head coach is definitely on the hot seat. I think it's gonna, just shit's just gonna hit the fan this season. I don't have a lot of faith in the Miami Dolphins this year.
I mean, Gronk managed to come back fine.
Yeah, Gronk with Brady.
Just saying.
Gronk with Brady. Okay? Who they already had the chemistry of an entire freaking...
Are you implying Tua and Brady are not in the same league?
I'm implying that the chemistry between Brady and Gronk is not on the same level as Darren Waller and fucking Tua Tagovailoa, okay? That's what I'm not even implying it. I'm outright saying it, okay? Anyway, hopefully... I keep getting this message that OBS is disconnected, but the stream appears to be fine. I don't know. I'm confused. I'll just continue. We'll just power through. Worst case scenario, we'll delete the video and we'll just reload it. Fuck it. We'll break it down in 3 anyway. So there you go. Next, interesting.
My internet's shitty too. I don't know what's going on.
Well, here it says it's OBS. That's the issue. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So the Bengals continue to be a fucking shit show. As far as I know, Trey Hendrickson, their star pass rusher, the sack king of the 2024 season, is still not showing up. Well, he didn't show up for, I believe it was minicamp. He hasn't shown up all off season, and he's like, I'm not going to play if I don't get a new deal. So, that would not be as terrible because the Bengals did draft, in their first draft pick was his replacement, basically. So they got another edge rusher in the name of Shamar Stewart. However, Shamar Stewart ain't showing up either. He's holding out as well because the Bengals are a bunch of fucking morons. Now, it's very interesting that Shamar Stewart situation is, let's just say,
how can a rookie hold out?
You just don't sign your contract. That's it. You don't sign it. Now, the way that things are set up now, first round draft picks should be particularly easy deals to sign. However, the Bengals decided that they wanted to change the language in a clause, basically saying that, and honestly, I don't hate the clause. It's basically like, if you fuck up, you don't get any guaranteed money, and it's not just going to be in that year, it's going to be all years, pretty much. So it's like, I get it. I get why a business would want to do that. And I also get why the player is like, I'm not going to be the first guy you do that to. Because the guy last year did not have that language in his contract, and you drafted him way lower than me. So why the hell am I the first one? I don't want to do it. His agent is telling him not to do it. And, so I totally understand that. It is completely fair. I understand it. The Trey Hendrickson thing is where it gets really scummy, and it's the perfect lesson of never fucking trust anybody ever unless it's on paper, because it's the scummiest fucking thing. Well, it's not the scummiest fucking thing, but it's classic bungles type of deal, right? So basically last year, the last offseason, the Bengals were telling him like, dude, we got you, all right? We're going to get you your money. Just give us another year. And so he signed a 2-year extension thing. And he's like, okay, they promised me that they're going to take care of me and all that stuff, blah, blah. We've been good to each other. Fine. Year goes by. He's like, okay, so you remember how you say you'd take care of me? And they're like, oh, yeah, well, you're still on a contract, so go fuck yourself. So that's pretty much the way that it looks from the outside in. So it's like, dude, Trey Hendrickson, fire your fucking agent, because you should have never have signed that. You should have held out. Like, I get it. He saw a Super Bowl window, and he's like, I want it. I really want it. But, dude, yeah, he screwed you over there. But I get it. You know, listen, I made that mistake before. I've been looked at by somebody in the eye. They shook my hand. They told me, you know, basically like, I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. You can trust me. And you, like an idiot, believe their word. It might.
I said I was sorry.
The point is, when you're dealing with money, everything on paper always. So that's harsh lesson for him. And so the funny thing is that, all right, so who's the edge rusher for the Bengals now? Because the sack king ain't showing up and the rookie ain't showing up. And what are the options for the rookie? Like, he could just hold out, go back to the draft next year. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen to him? He goes back to college. They pay him a buttload of money to play in college again, and then he gets drafted by another team. He might lose a little bit of draft status, I guess, because, you know, teams like to band together. But if a team needs him, they're gonna get him. So I don't know. It's weird. It's a stupid situation to be dealing with. Stupid. The Bengals are a stupid organization, and it sucks. But whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Because I really love Joey B.
Yeah, I like the team. I like the players. Don't particularly love the head coach that much because he doesn't have the team ready to play. But you can't have the team ready to play.
He looks like a wife beater.
I said that before. If you were to tell me, like, you have to guess, just because of how they look, which NFL head coach do you think beats his wife? He'd be like top of the list. Now, I'm not saying he does. He's probably like a really nice guy, and I've seen interview. When you hear him talk, he sounds like a normal guy. I'm just saying he looks like it. I don't know if it's the expression he makes or something, but it's like, yeah, if it comes out tomorrow, I'd be like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. So I'm just saying, I don't mean to impugn the man's honor. I mean to criticize his face. Anyway, moving on. So that would be probably the last of the NFL stuff, unless there's anything you feel like you want to mention. I was considering maybe you could do like the power rankings again by division, but we can wait a couple of weeks. There's still, I mean, sure, there's football at the end of this month, but come on, it's still too early. Let's wait a little bit, and we'll get to all those dumb topics.
I mean, if we're doing off-season power rankings, the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, they are the what is it? The three-peat off-season champs so far. Well, I don't know. Listen,
the reigning, defending,
no,
undisputed.
Dude, the Steelers are giving him a run for their money, man. Aaron Rodgers continues to own the Bears. So we'll see. We'll see.
You know, I'll give this to the Steelers. I'm actually looking forward to seeing their games.
Sure, at least the first few weeks, because it's something that's either gonna work or it's going to implode. I don't think there's much middle ground, but I haven't expected middle ground for the past few seasons, and they still managed to be right there in the middle. So who knows? We'll see. Whatever.
I'll say this: can't be worse than the Jets.
Oh, definitely. Nobody can. Nobody can. It's impossible. So there you go. Again, reminder.
What the fuck was Aaron thinking? I think he actually said like, "Oh yeah, it's a great organization." And stuff. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Listen, if you're the guy who managed, because the Jets defense looked good under Saleh, you know, they just, and they had the running back, they had the star wide receiver. I get how you could be like, because we thought it. We were like, man, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets with a good quarterback. Oh my God, they're gonna be unstoppable. We just, you know, turns out that they're just cursed, or you know, they're just completely incompetent.
Didn't consider
that they're the Jets.
No, we didn't consider.
Oh yeah, God hates
the man upstairs.
God hates the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there you go. Anyway, so reminder, Hall of Fame game, July 31st. You can get excited about that.